Together with Amalia, who is representing Pisano, we are going to present the results of a joint project. How did our bank manage to change the current customer experience measurement model? RaiffeisenBank Kosovo is subsidiary of RaiffeisenBank International, a large Austrian banking group. We entered the market since 2003, and in a market of 11 banks, we are currently biggest bank in the market and the leader with 30% of the shares of the market. We are currently enjoying also the best NPS scores in the market. Our customers recommend us mostly as trustworthy bank. They see this value in Raiffeisen for transparency and mainly for customer experience. For this reason, we are continuously working on investing in improving and transforming all customer interactions into positive customer experiences. An ultimate strategic goal is to become a customer-centric organization. Our main priority in customer experience agenda is to improve channel performance. So we are working hard to improve the customer experience and enable and enhance consistent customer experiences throughout all channels of customer interaction. How will we do that? Is through mapping, designing, and improving customer journeys through minimizing potential pain points that customers may encounter in specific steps throughout their journeys with the bank. Of course, in order to do that, we will first need to listen to our customers so that we could to collect some actionable insights so that we could engage our customers in experience design. We are measuring a Net Promoter Score as a brand research study since 2012. A few years ago, we used to struggle with the bad NPS, but we do measure it twice a year, so semi-annually. And as a high-level metric, it usually tells us where do we stand in comparison to main competitors, which are the main reasons of promoters, and why we are generating detractors. In order to have some actionable insights and improve the NPS and decrease the share of detractors, we need to develop different internal metrics that would help us to improve. These metrics that we have developed were mainly used to measure hygiene factors like service standard, service quality, operational measures. We did some mystery shopping to measure service standards, etc. Focus groups when we launched new products or when we made huge changes in some processes. But with the findings from these measurements, we have determined our key interactions or moments of truth, set some KPIs, and constantly measure the performance of these KPIs. But the main disadvantages of these measurements were that they were mainly focused in limited channels like contact center, branches, and we didn't have a clear picture how do we perform in other channels. Through a partnership with Pisano, and while using their platform, customer experience platform, we managed to obtain an end-to-end view on channel performance. We are also collecting some actionable insights and data from customers that will help us to reduce the churn. Why we came to this decision is because looking at these pictures a few years ago, we used to have much more unique branch visitors, but now we have a higher number of web sessions and more unique visitors in mobile banking and internet banking, which shows that our customers are more frequently interacting with the bank through online channels and visiting the branches less. For this reason, through a partnership, RaiffeisenBank International FinTech partnership programs, we hosted a proof of concept with Pisano, together with another country, to use customer experience, Pisano customer experience platform. I'm handing over to the Amalia that will show us how does it work.
Thank you very much, Urata. So before we start, I would just like to start with a little introduction about Pisano and what we do. So Pisano is a customer experience management platform that enables companies to collect customer feedback, engage them in real time, and analyze the data that matters. Over the past few years, we have a chance to work with over 300 brands in 12 different industries. Our current headquarters in the UK, and we're present in 7 other countries. So what Pisano's customer experience platform does is it helps with the collection of the data through all possible touch points, such as the digital and the offline one as well. It helps with engaging with the customers in real time, or in other words, before the experience itself ends. It also helps in merging the customer data that you have previously collected in order to provide a more personalized experience. And in the end, it helps us analyze all the customer insight that we have received on our platform. So for the POC project with RaiffeisenBank, we have decided to use 17 different business triggers, such as opening of the bank account in the branch, making an online payment, or doing an ATM transaction. We have created different services for each and every scenario, and we have implemented them in all of our products, such as the QR code, branch kiosk, email, SMS, social media, etc. With the usage of our automated jobs and escalation features, we made sure that each and every negative feedback was dealt with the relevant department, and in that way, they managed to close the negative feedback loop. With our smart tagging system, it was easier for the customer representatives to contact the unsatisfied customers and close the negative feedback loop as well. After the closing of the loop, we have created automated reports for different levels of managements with the data that they wanted to see. As you can see, during this POC project, we managed to collect more than 47,000 feedbacks in less than 2 months, with the average score of NPS of 61. Also, during this POC, we managed to collect 36,000 free text feedback words that are later going to be used for our text analytics feature. And 121 unsatisfied customers was after that followed up by the bank representatives. Now I'm handing over back to Urata. She's going to explain us how Pisano solutions were used in RaiffeisenBank Kosovo.
When our customers seek for financial advice, they are still looking for a human focus. So they are still looking to meet someone at the branch. For this reason, branch experiences are still important to us. Through Pisano kiosks placed in all branches, we have managed to collect feedback in individual level for all our branch employees, because branch employees definitely play a crucial role on improving these experiences. And we have managed to make it linked to the performance, to their performance and their compensation and incentive schemes. Besides kiosks in the branches, as I mentioned in the beginning, customers sees the value in Raiffeisen brand as a trustworthy bank for transparency, customer experience. We are trying to through post-transactional surveys that are made via SMS through Pisano platform, we are collecting feedback after customer has purchased a personal loan, took a mortgage loan, and opened a current account package. What we are measuring with this surveys is the quality of the advice, transparency, and the effort score. So we are also measuring the processes with these post-transactional surveys. Our contact center currently operates in 2 teams, inbound and outbound teams. Our contact center we are trying hard to make our contact center as a main support center, but meantime, if customer is interested for a product in online, or outbound team are responsible to contact them back immediately after, within half an hour. With Pisano post-transactional surveys, we collected feedback real-time after this interaction happened. So after the contact center agent managed to speak and communicate the offers to the customers, we sent SMSs directly to the customers to rate us and give us their feedback. As a part of branch transformation program, we have recently introduced 21 self-service areas and changed the branch model, the models of the branches. It was very important for us to understand how does our customers perceive this change. And with a QR code placed in all self-service areas in a very visible corner, customers had the opportunity to rate us real time, so we had to collect the effort scores and to see how we are performing in these self-service areas. Being a main touch point, for sure it's important to understand how do customers rate us after interacting with, how do they evaluate us and experiences with us after they have an interaction with the ATMs. And we collected some very valuable insights from the post-transactional surveys made with Pisano, because we understand that there were some many dissatisfaction related to the locations of the ATMs, service level, because we do measure constantly service level of our ATMs, and we had very good results, but also cash in and cash out. But on the other side, customer generating feedback from Pisano platform, we saw that we are still having dissatisfaction based on the service level of our ATMs. We have also included pop-up widget in our online banking. What we understand here was that the 42% of customers that are seeking information, as I already mentioned, we have the highest number of web sessions, were new customers. So from 42% of the customers that were interested to know about us were new customers. And the platform enables to collect the leads, to ask customers if they are willing to share the information with us, so we could contact them later. We, as a country, have a very young population, and the internet usage and smartphone penetration is highest in the region. For this reason, we have the highest number of followers in our official Facebook page, which they do communicate on a daily basis with our customer care team. For this reason, we also measured and evaluated the experiences in social media as well. The platform, what we can see now is that the platform enables us to have a clear picture of how we are performing in channel level. We can see where are we generating detractors, in which channel we are performing better. Branches, for sure, we have the highest satisfaction. And we see where we can identify some performance gaps in the different channels of customer interaction. As I mentioned, the lead management, it also enables a lead management, because if customers are willing to share the information with us, they are redirected directly to the Pisano leads. That information goes to the dedicated team in contact center. So it also creates sales opportunity, because our contact center sales team will contact the customers, check if there are some CRM offers for the customer, or if not, if a customer is a new one, then we present the offer via contact center agents. We can also have snapshots anytime we want, so we can see how we are performing real time via platform. We can also create a high-level management report, so we can generate NPS on channel level, on branch level, on individual level, anytime that we need. So it is possible via this platform. It is all possible. So this was all.
Thank you.
I guess it's time for questions.
Since it seems that there's a lot of rich insights that Pisano is able to provide you with, since you started to use Pisano and gain these insights, what has been the biggest surprise, if any, that you found from the customer feedback?
there have been some surprises for sure, because we thought that we are performing well in the contact center and branches. We used to have some service KPIs and service quality index for a long time measuring it, but collecting more feedback and real time, as we did now, we understood that in contact center there are some how to say, space for improvements yet. But it was not a surprise that we had a lower NPS on online or in Facebook or in, because we didn't do much. As I said, it's in our priority to improve intra-channel performance, but also enable a smooth and easy channel hopping for our customers.
Has the customer feedback and insights you've received, has that led you to change the KPIs within these?
Yes, we are currently working on changing all the KPIs, because the POC ended in February. We have plenty of insights and feedback that we are generating from the platform, and we are working on changing the customer experience KPIs.
And I mean, how do you prioritize, you know, when you do kind of proactive research looking for customer pain points and the findings you're finding with Pisano, how do you prioritize what to kind of, you know, change or look at immediately?
We usually we work on what we can fix faster, for sure, because there have been some surprises. For example, customers that didn't go to pick up the credit card, they were not sure which branch we are sending them, because we sent the internal names of the branches without specifying how will the customer understand. So we prioritize based on what can be fixed faster, but of course we have a team, a cross-functional team working on all findings from the feedbacks that we receive from customers.
Okay, great. Do you have any questions from the audience? Yes?
Hi, Aurélie Lassis from Forrestar. I have a question, because you keep on insisting on the fact that you are collecting that information in real time, which is great. But how is this impacting your operations going forward?
Before the POC, we created a team we included all operations, IT guys and everybody, and we checked what we can do real time during the proof of concept, the project, which lasted less than 3 months. And we did it. We have automatic reports receiving after the interaction that go through via platform, because we have been prepared before starting the POC. We have been prepared for which interactions we are going to measure customer experience or satisfaction and NPS. And we, for example, transactions, ATM transactions, we receive the report automatically, and we send to the customers. We have in 3 language questionnaires, and we do it on daily basis.
How do you complement the voices from non-tech savvy enabled customers? So how are you
Non-tech.
How are you capturing customers which may not be...
Maybe not, if I understand well, because we have active channels for collecting customers and passive channels. Passive channels are, for example, kiosks in branches. They stand there, but it depends on customer will to evaluate us or not. We do have this icon in Facebook, and QR codes in self-service areas, but we are using active channels, SMS. We are inviting customers to evaluate us and to give us feedback via SMS for most important interactions, like I said, after the product purchase, after they had an interaction with contact center.
Have you seen an increase in higher P&L with the supposed increase, or the higher NPS is supposed to correlate with a higher P&L? Have you seen this yet, or?
We have, if it's the question for NPS before, as I mentioned that we used to struggle with bad NPS. Yes, we did see. Of course, we are trying hard to find a formula to correlate, to make a link between NPS and business KPIs. But as I said, we are performing well in business as well. So.
Okay. And do you think that the highest NPS for the branches is due to a bias and personal knowledge of the branch employees?
I think the good NPS in branches is because we put all our efforts on improving that channel for such a long time. And it has become a routine for people to do their best. It has become a baseline expectation for our customers. So what they are doing in the branches, it's something that customers expect from us, and we are fulfilling their expectations. So that's why we are having a better NPS in branches, and it's understood. So it's expected.
John?
You give your score for the branches as a whole. What is the variation by branch with NPS score? Do you measure it on a branch-by-branch basis?
Yes.
So what's the variation? You've got a high score for branches as a whole. What's the variation across your network?
For example, with branches with higher traffic, because we have some branches divided by bands, we are having a lower NPS because the traffic is higher, less people are working. As I mentioned, we are in the process of transforming our branch network, and we still have old branches with many cash counters, but less people there. And people have the feeling that we're not. Yes. So now are doing resizing the branches. This is the main reason why, for example, waiting time in the branches, the lack of people in the branches is one of the main reasons why our customers are not satisfied in the branches. But smaller branches, we have higher NPS scores. We do a champion challenger between branches as well.
Sorry, just that top one is an interesting one. Because you had a lot of your detractor issues were employee-based.
No, but it was share was very low in comparison to the promoters, because NPS is made from, the share of promoters makes better NPS. From that very, very low share of detractors, we have analyzed deep dive why we are generating detractors. And of course, there were some cases when we had bad scores due to employee professionalism or behavior.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions from the audience? Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.